Hola, bienvenido m- mío YouTube, es mío channel de YouTube. Mi nombre es Diana y hoy es update de m- mío estudios de español en inglés y en español. Hello, today's going to be a Spanish update video in Spanish and in English. I want to talk about my personal update, read out of my diary, and do resource recommendations. So, primo, mio update con mi estudias. Mi español estudias nivel B1. Es muy bien en enero, febrero. Yo quiero SEO a nivel B2 porque yo comprendo y hablo y leo en español fácilmente. Esto otoño y invierno, emoción es muy importante para mí to ingrain the Spanish skills that I have already obtained through studying on Duolingo, Polygloss, conversations, etc. Español es muy importante para mí, por mí, porque yo tengo personas en mi familia y mis amigas y amigos hablan español y yo quiero uso y hablo español con ellos. In fact, Spanish is so important to me. I'm learning it for work as well. Um, because job hunting, like I feel like Spanish is going to be very important to me, and I want to have not just that on my resume, but also as a skill in my toolbox that I can use in a work environment or in an interview. So Spanish is important to me, and what I'm going to be doing in the rest of fall and a good chunk of winter is basically the rest of the year I want to take time to do only immersion activities en español porque es importante to ingrain español en mi cabeza y continuo español es muy importante. Even though I'm not actively studying, Spanish is still important to continue with Spanish, even though it's not in my active slot at all. And I will not be doing a tracker for Spanish after October unless it's specifically work related so that I can keep that going in my cycle. And that's the only main active learning I will be doing outside of Duolingo, really. But even in Duolingo, it's probably going to mostly be review right now, and I want to continue practicing with polygloss and talking with people. And now I want to go into recursos. Mi recursos es un libro. Living Language Español nivel A1, A2, B1, tal vez B2. Este libro es muy importante, 10 out of 10. Gramaticia y vocabulario con dialectos latinoamericanos y España de español es muy fácil por mí comprendo porque it's super simple. This book made the dialect super simple. The one thing I wish is that Equatorial Guinean dialect was represented in this book, but otherwise, I really had no problems with this book, and I would highly recommend it. And in fact, I have the Russian version for this book, and I have it in Alemania y Italiano. I want this book for Portuguese so fucking bad. Like, I'm just going to straight up say it. I want the Portuguese version so fucking bad. And I have the advanced version, which in winter, in January, February, I want to start reading the advanced version, taking notes. I'll probably do half in January, half in February, and then in March, I'm just going to really take off with upper, intermediate, lower advanced level stuff like B2C1 stuff. No, when I started my polyglot blogging, I was already at an A2. So probably by the end of next year, I'll probably be fluent in Spanish with the pace that I'm going at, or early 2025, which I will be happy with. But to have a better understanding of Spanish is super important to me. And other resources that I want to be using in the time is going to be like the news. Like, I'm listening to the news in Spanish daily or almost daily at this point. And videojuegos. Yo gustan videojuegos y juego videojuegos. Pokemon y Overwatch y Mario, etc. Así yo juego videojuegos y yo gustan música. Mi playlist de Spotify es muy importante y Latin música es muy increíble. I can't describe how amazing it is. I love Latin music, and that's also going to help me as well, other than practicing conversations. And I want to read a diary entry, probably from a while ago, so you can understand about where my Spanish level is. Let's pull one up, and yes, like, no English is really written in here except probably like a translation of something. So I want to read this. It's from a while back, probably early October-ish, late September. Hoy es jueves y mañana yo bebí 2 tazas de café con crema y juego videojuegos. Yo juego videojuegos con personas, pero a veces a gente es muy difícil conmigo. Jaja. Lunes es día gentes de indigenia en los Estados Unidos y otros países de Américas. Es muy importante para mí porque estoy indígena, estoy Ojibwe y mis gentes en los Estados Unidos y Canadá algebra es una lengua revitalización ahora. Los proyectos están ayudando clientes hablan algebra en Canadá y Estados Unidos. Yo quiero ayudarse con proyectos de revitalización ahora con estudio algebra y continúo ayudarse algebra porque mi gente hablan la idioma para años mucho. Revitalización es muy importante con ayuda para universidades y tías y tíos y familia y amigos algebra no moviendo para 1000 años. So I kind of read something that I wrote about Indigenous Peoples Day and why it's important to me. I kind of effed it up at the end, but ultimately that kind of shows how my Spanish level is at. But I want to thank y'all for really supporting me on my language learning journey, especially with Spanish, and there will be more progress updates as far as Spanish updates go. So I'm going to title this Spanish update 1. And I will probably make this a playlist. I will link my resources video in the description box down below or in the section where I'm talking about resources. And yeah, this video was very important for me to make as somebody who was learning Spanish and being able to speak Spanish. And literally, I've put so much hard work in Spanish over the last 5-ish months and dealt with burnout with Spanish as a whole. So it's really enlightening to see that like my friends, my family are really happy that I'm speaking Spanish and understanding Spanish a lot more. So like I said, again, thank you very much for watching. Muchas gracias por ver mi video de YouTube. It means literally the world. But yeah, thank you all so much. Muchas gracias. Personas de non binario, hombres, mujeres, niñas, niños. And I will see you later. Y hasta luego. Buena time zone. Good time zone, everyone. Alrighty. Adios.